say, well, you don't know a person's heart. No, but I can hear what they're saying.
For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Matthew 12:37.
I had a lady approach me just this weekend, and immediately I could pick up on there's something wrong with this. She complimented the video. Remember the lady in the book of Acts that went in front of Paul saying, oh, here comes the man with the message of salvation from the Lord. And instead of Paul saying, hey, I want to hire you as my praise team leader. No, Paul looked and said, I rebuked you in the name of Jesus, and a demon came out of her.
The same followed Paul and us, and cried, saying, these men are the servants of the Most High God, which show unto us the way of salvation. And this did she many days. But Paul, being grieved, turned and said to the Spirit, I command thee in the name of Jesus Christ to come out of her. And he came out the same hour. Acts 16, verses 17 through 18.
She had a devil running around praising the men who were preaching the gospel. And this lady, I could just tell there's something wrong there.
But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. Hebrews 5:14. And
I don't apologize for it. Because when I'm dealing with somebody who has got a devil, or at least in their words appear to, I'm going to deal with them the way I'm taught to.
These things speak and exhort and rebuke with all authority. Let no man despise thee. Titus 2:15.
You see, what most people want you to do is not imitate Jesus. They want you to imitate them. And that's what I was getting from this lady. I said, listen, I wouldn't say this to everybody, don't get me wrong, but I just knew there was something wrong. And I said, lady, you are the reason our churches are dying. You are coming after the preacher as he is trying to deal with people. And you are not wanting that preacher to act like Jesus Christ. You are not wanting that preacher to act like the examples of the apostles. You're wanting the preacher to act like a politician. You're wanting your preacher to act like you think they should act, and not the way the Lord thinks they should act.
Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 10.
I said, it's people like you that are killing churches. Of course, the preacher bears the blame too, because he ought to stand his ground and tell her to take a hike.
After their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3.
Came back a little bit later and thought, I'm going to do a little investigation on this. I won't go through the whole thing, but then I found out where this woman was coming from. She's a believer in universal salvation. She calls herself a Christian, but she believes everybody's already saved. Jesus died and paid for all sin, therefore everyone's saved. Therefore, turning the grace of God into lasciviousness. You can live like you want to. Doesn't even matter if you profess to be a Christian. You're saved.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1.
You better watch. I'm just telling you as an example, folks. When people don't want you to take a stand for morality, when people don't want you to stand against the murder of these unborn children, when people don't want you to stand against the sodomites, when people don't want you to stand for what's right, they have an agenda, and it's not God's book. It's not God's word. It's the spirit of the age.
Lucifer's invasion of the churches.